Don't watch this if you haven't watched Thor or Miss Marvel, because I'm doing both of them this time. I think that they are both cosmic enough and weird enough to kind of go in the same video. So, yeah, I'll be doing Thor first and then Miss Marvel, so you don't have to worry about accidentally watching one. Here's the timestamps for both of those when they start. So, yeah. Also, you haven't even you haven't subscribed to me though. Like, what are you doing? Do it. Now Thor here, he is from McDonald's, and he has one action, and that is to chop. Let's get that closer so you can see. He chops with this little button back here, and his arm also moves. Now, if you have multiple characters from this set, you can actually connect them through this little thing here, and it connects. Okay. It snaps. And it snaps on here, like it snapped like that. So if I had another one, which I don't have but one character, that being Thor, you can see here it's just Thor. You can only snap them if you have more than one of the characters. So I only have Thor, so I can only do one character reveal. McDonald's told me I couldn't have the Mantis figure, which is the one I wanted. So I had to make do with the worst character, Thor, from Avengers and Endgame. So yeah. Here they are connected. The brothers of love. They are connected. Let's go kill one of them. All right, smash him. Come on, smash him good. Smash him good. All right, no.
I knew he was gonna win.
That is in there. That is in there.
Core breaker.
Yeah, that is in there. I don't know if it's gonna come out. Oh, there it goes. Now it's time for the other guy. So, sort of as a fun joke, we're going to be doing a take apart of Thor. So you have two here. We have garbage one and we have this one. We can actually take apart and see how it works. We'll go ahead and talk about some of my thoughts on the movie. A lot of people don't like Thor Love and Thunder, and I'm not 100% sure why. There's definitely people that think it's bad because it's a little too funny, a little too silly. And that's cool, that's fine. But not every movie has to be serious, in my eyes. I think some of the best movies aren't. For instance, Thor Ragnarok, which I think is a better movie than the new movie. But it's still not quite... I wouldn't say Ragnarok is my favorite Marvel movie or anything, much like this isn't. But I also wouldn't say it's my least favorite, by any means. It's definitely a little bit too silly for me, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. I liked Thor in it. I liked Natalie Portman in it. She definitely does a good job. I believe that she did actually put on the muscle for that role, so that's cool. Pretty cool indeed. I hate all of the children in the movie. And I hate Korg, but only because the CGI is really bad. If the CGI wasn't bad, wouldn't really be that mad about it. But it kind of stinks, so yeah. Love the goats, that's my favorite part. I was really hoping for a goat.
Which you accepted and I must take with you. Stay out, beautiful.
These as a goat for McDonald's, but they didn't give us those. They gave us Thor's. And honestly, I probably could have bought one of the different character, but I didn't really ask or try. And we just kind of happened to be there, so. It's probably about what I should have expected. I liked Valkyrie, but the one thing I'll say that I disapprove of is that Natalie Portman and Taika Waititi like to say that this is the gayest Marvel movie of all time, or whatever they said. And that can't be true, because I don't know, I've watched every Marvel movie, and I feel like I've seen people kiss before in these movies that happen to be gay, so that's just not true. And so yeah, that's my thoughts on the gay stuff. Because all that happens is Valkyrie kisses somebody, and I've seen, several characters kiss other characters that are gay, like it's happened before. But anyway, I guess let's talk about something else. So after Thor has decided that he's going to chop Thanos' head off and then not do anything for 5 years, he and the rest of the Avengers have defeated Thanos, and blah 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 blah. He goes off with the Guardians. Fast forward to however long. I'm kind of glad that they don't do the whole it's this many years later, because then that locks them into a point, and they could accidentally do something stupid like they with Homecoming, where they lock themselves into a date that doesn't make any sense and doesn't work. They could do it. It's happened. It's happened before. They're with the Guardians. They as in Thor. And they, as in all of them, go around saving people and doing stuff. And the Guardians in the movie for like 5 seconds. And I don't like that. Because it's stupid. Anyway, they're in the movie just so they can be in the trailer. And then he goes off and does some other stuff. He gets left by the Guardians, and him and Korg and the two goats kind of just hang out for a little while on this planet, and they go over to where Lady Sif is, who is the only surviving member of Sif and the Warriors 3, because the other 3, they're dead, and they didn't do anything in any of the movies, and neither really does Sif. She actually probably has the most importance in the Loki.
You! Zip, you conniving, creeping, pathetic worm! You did this! What? I hope you know you deserve to be known, you always will be. Alright, have I had any I'll quit.
TV show, strangely enough, and that's not even Sif. That's like a vision or something. I don't really know what she's supposed to be in that. Some kind of time police, I don't know. So they go, and she's lost her arm, so presumably they're going to give her some kind of android arm or something at some point and make her an actual main character, because she shows up at the end as well without her arm. So that's kind of cool. It looks like she'll be some sort of military leader or whatever for New Asgard. Anyway, that's my Sif review. I spent 2 hours making that fake thumbnail for that joke. This is coming out in 2 days, so. It turns out that they found out about Gore the God Butcher, who, at this point in the movie, has had a scene and a half or so worth of stuff happen to him. He lives on this desert planet with his daughter, and it's pretty awesome. She dies horribly. He's been praying to whatever god that is in the movie. Here it is on screen right here. It's in this box. Here, put it in this box here. This box. And he then meets his god and is like, oh my goodness, thank God. And then his god's like, stupid, I don't care about you at all. Dummy. Turns into glowy particle dust, which I do not like. Let's talk about thing I don't like in this movie. All of the gods die the same exact way. Let me tell you why that's really stupid. In Moon Knight, which is a show you should watch if you haven't, it's on Disney Plus. It's only $15 a month. Can you believe it? Anyway, in that show, we get introduced to our second god, or our second religion, I guess, in the Marvel Universe. That being the Egyptian show. We get introduced to them, and they kind of imply that each of the different religions have their own form of afterlife, and all of the religions are real in some amount. They might be kind of weird aliens or magic demons or something, but they're all sort of real in some regard. And so in that show, when somebody dies, one of those gods dies, they turn into a little stone rock man. So it implies that that one is different from Thor's Viking religion, because those gods, as seen in Thor Ragnarok, die in a little golden sparkle dust. But in this movie, they just use the golden sparkle dust anytime a god dies, which I don't necessarily have a problem with if that was every single time, but that doesn't happen in Moon Knight. So what are we doing, guys? What's going on? Goes and attacks New Asgard and takes all the children. Natalie Portman has cancer, probably not in real life, but in the movie she does. And so she goes to Mjolnir, and Mjolnir reforms, and she can use Mjolnir but Mjolnir's actually killing her. It's not keeping her alive, which is kind of weird. They bring it up, but it's kind of weird. I don't know. Anyway, so throughout the movie, she's slowly dying because she's using Mjolnir. And so at the end, she does die. So that's a cool thing that happens that we'll get to. So it's kind of just this moon hopping adventure, trying to find where Gore's at, trying to get the Olympians to help them, trying to get the stuff happen and the new stuff and the different stuff. And that's basically all that happens. They go from Earth, where New Asgard is, to find the Olympians so that they can find where Gore is, and they take Odin's weapon. Not Odin. Zeus's weapon. They can take Zeus's weapon and go freaking kills Gore. And Gore is played by Christian Bale. He is better than Hela, but the movie's worse, so it's a little bit hard for me to care about him. But regardless, they should have spent more time on him and some other things that would have brought the movie down to a more serious level just because of the big serious stuff going on. I don't think it necessarily needs to be 100% serious like a lot of people think, but yeah. One of the best scenes in the movie comes from after all of that. They go to Olympus and they fight all of the gods and steal Zeus's weapon. And they kill Zeus, and they go to the nether realm, or wherever it is, whatever they call it in the movie. Everything's black and white. It's really cool because things illuminated by the lightning are colored in, so it looks. And Gore ambushes them, and they throw Stormbreaker away because that's the one thing that Gore needs to go to eternity, which is the plot of the movie. He's trying to get to eternity, and they're trying to stop him. And apparently, the Bifrost is the key into eternity, which is really stupid. That's really dumb and specific, because that means the only people that could get there are Asgardians, because no one else uses the Bifrost. They need the Bifrost, and the only thing that has the Bifrost is Stormbreaker, because the actual Bifrost generating machine thing was on Asgard, which was destroyed in Ragnarok, which was a big deal. The one thing that could do teleportation in the entire Marvel Universe, as we knew it at the time, is now gone. So now Stormbreaker, which is also now the only thing that can do it, is the only thing that can do it. And so Gore needs that, and so they go there, and they fight him, and the children are there, and they get Thor's powers for a little bit, and that's really weird. I don't know why they did that. It's kind of cool, though. The son of Heimdall's there, so maybe we'll get some more of him. Maybe he'll be in the Young Avengers or something. I don't know, or really care, because that character is not in this movie. He is in it to be like, I'm Heimdall's son. Anyway, see ya. That's all he does. That's all he does in the whole movie. Anyway, they go do that, and Natalie Portman has to make a choice. And her choice is, do I die from cancer, or do I die from Mjolnir? Because there's absolutely no way at all you're going to survive the cancer. It's not possible. We've already established that you're probably going to die from the cancer, and that is why you went to go get Mjolnir in the first place. So those are her two options, to die. So she takes Mjolnir and goes into the sky to help Thor, meets up with Thor and Gore and the children at the center of the universe where eternity is. Gore is already using Stormbreaker to shoot through the door, which is unlocked by the Bifrost, as I said previously. And they fight. The door opens, and Gore goes in, because he's going to wish that all the gods are going to die. Gore is also dying from a poison that he is being given from the Necro Sword, which is nothing like it is in the comics. It's kind of like it is, and it might be hinted at that it's a symbiote, kind of, but not really. It's kind of a different thing. it does have its own mind of some sort. It talks to him. It can make constructs out of shadows. And if they changed it a little bit to where it wasn't shadows and it was just black stuff coming out of the sword, they could retroactively make it a symbiote if they wanted to at some point. But I don't think they will. I'm pretty sure they're making the Venom symbiote a thing from the multiverse. It's not actually something that exists within the MCU 616. So cool. Also, still hate that number. God, I hate that so much. Anyway, he goes in to wish, and Eternity is just kind of sitting there. It's really cool. I was really hyped the second they said Eternity. I got hyped, and so that happens, and he wishes, but right before he wishes, Thor kind of convinces him to not wish for that, and so instead he wishes not for Natalie Portman to be okay, not for him to be alive, not for the gods to be dead, but for his daughter to come back to life exclusively. Only that, not all of those things at once. Because I mean, you only get one wish, but the wish could have been something like, I want to be okay and cured and whatever, and I want Natalie Portman to be cured and okay and whatever, and I want my daughter back, and I want the gods dead. Could have wished for all of them. But instead, he wishes for his daughter back, which, pretty cool character. She's in the movie for 5 seconds after that, but pretty cool. She's definitely going to be on the Young Avengers, for sure, 100%. So that's cool. And then we get the title of the movie, which is Thor Love and Thunder. Love is the name of that girl, and Thunder is Thor. So, cool beans. So Natalie Portman dies and goes to Valhalla, which they say in the movie, oh, well, you're a god, that's why you're going to Valhalla. No. If they make that true, I hate it. What it should be is the thing for Moon Knight that they set up, which is that whichever religion you believe in, that is where you go when you die. Mark and Steven are basically 100% have to believe in the Egyptian religion because they are living it. They are physically living it. Natalie Portman has to believe in the Norse mythology religion because that is what she has lived. There is no way that she would believe anything else. That is what she has lived. Even if it's on a subconscious level, those three characters, if you want to say that Moon Knight's separate characters, which he is, but they're the same person. They all have been living that life. If you know what I mean? Like, anyway. So I hope that's what they do, because I think it makes way more sense. Some little stuff I want to say about what's going to happen probably in the future. Thor and Love will probably show up in the next Avengers movie. And if they get a movie before the next Avengers movie, which they could, that'll be what the movie is them. And I was thinking that Natalie Portman's character would have to have something where she escapes Valhalla somehow or something, because there's no reason to show that she's going to Valhalla at all, unless it matters, which it doesn't. I think it does say that Mighty Thor will return at the end, or maybe it says Thor will return or something. I don't remember. But anyway. Oh, and we're getting Hercules at some point, so that'll be cool. Watch Matt Pat's video on it. He talks about how the new Disney live-action remake of Hercules is actually going to be an MCU movie with the same actor from Thor, and it's going to be a prequel. Now let's talk about Miss Marvel. So Miss Marvel is about the equivalent in terms of quality of Thor Love and Thunder. I think that it's better, but only because I don't necessarily have any attachment to her, and when you mess up Thor, that's a big deal. So, for Miss Marvel, I'm not going to explain every single thing that happens, just like I did with Thor. This is more of a mini review, but I enjoyed Miss Marvel. I thought it was a very good introduction to the character. I thought the character was better than in the comics, or I wouldn't have liked the show probably. I liked Bruno. I actually also thought his name was Brian for a lot of the show, and was kind of confused when they were making the joke of the other guy saying Brian and how he's getting his name wrong, because I was also confused. I thought his name was Brian. I was very confused, but whatever. I liked Iman. She was very good. She's very good. Apparently, that's the first time she's ever acted was in this show, so that's cool. Because she definitely doesn't feel. It kind of feels like it's a first time, but it also doesn't in a way. It almost doesn't even feel like a performance most of the time. It kind of just feels like this is what she's doing. So that's cool. So it's kind of hard to pinpoint certain things. I liked how they changed her powers. I didn't originally. I liked how they changed her powers. Initially, I was a little put off by it because initially, all I saw was a couple of pieces of art with her with like glowy fists, which she uses somewhat often, but she usually just uses the discs. So what do I know? I originally thought they were changing it to where she would still have just the stretchy powers, but that it would look purpley and glowy and like a crystal or whatever. And so I thought that was really stupid, because why not just do it at that point? But then it came out that that's not what it was, is that it was more of a Green Lantern thing, and I was still a little like, well, that's kind of a Green Lantern thing, you know, we shouldn't be doing Green Lantern, this is Marvel, you know, you have your own characters, do your own stuff. But I was very wrong. I actually quite enjoyed it. I still think it's a little stupid that she has to use the band for reasons. Those reasons being that she is a mutant. And if you haven't clicked off the video by this point, and you haven't seen Miss Marvel, I don't know what you're doing. Because I put a spoiler warning, you dumb idiot. So, that's a thing. So, the introduction of mutants. So that's cool. I think the idea is that only purebred, whatever they're called, they're not Celestials. The thing that she is, I can't remember. They're like light people or whatever. Like Gwen from Ben 10. And so I think the idea is that only purebreds can do that, and her grandma and her mother are not. They're human. They're half human and 1/4 human, respectively. And her great grandmother would be able to use it, and she's able to use it for whatever reason. That being that she's a mutant, which is cool, I guess. So she's a mutant, but in a weird kind of way, kind of weird roundabout way, where she doesn't necessarily have any powers, but she has the ability to use that bracelet. Yes, it's a bangle. They set up that her friend or cousin or whatever is actually her cousin of some sort, and that he also has these powers now. So that's cool, I guess. He has them without the bracelet, so I guess he's more of an actual mutant. Not really sure what's going on there, but he's kind of evil or whatever for a little bit, so that's cool. Nothing big universe breaking happens in this. It's really just introducing Miss Marvel, and I think it's pretty good. It starts off one kind of way, and then for the last couple of episodes, or like the middle couple of episodes, it's like a completely different kind of show. And then the last episode kind of brings the first two episodes kind of thing back, because it starts out like a weird Scott Pilgrim high school kind of world, and then it becomes like the serious, like, you know, superhero thing, and then the last episode goes back to being kind of weird. That's kind of weird. Yeah, like I said, nothing world breaking happens. The DoD guy is back, so that's cool. That I guess they're gonna bring back the Department of Damage Control every once in a while, probably more for the the lower level villain or heroes, the lower level heroes like Miss Marvel, and whatnot. Like I said, nothing universe shattering happens, except she has some sort of teleportation ability. I'm not sure exactly what it is. It's either a swap places thing or a time travel thing. I'm not really sure. It's probably not the time travel one. But she has the ability to, what I believe is to swap places with somebody, either at complete random, or there's a way to do it, or she can personally control it. I'm not really sure. But somehow, some way, she switches places with Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, and so that's setting up the new Captain Marvel 2, which that movie, I'm actually excited for that. I don't like the original, and there's a lot of reasons for that, but I think one of those is that it's a period piece that takes place way outside the timeline. It doesn't really matter, and it messes up a lot of cool mysteries for no reason. But this one won't have that, so maybe it'll be good. Anyway, I will have already streamed this week, yesterday at the time of this coming out, and so look out for my next week's stream, which I think will be a Monday. If it's a Monday, it'll be at 11 a.m. and if it's on Tuesday, it'll be at 11 a.m. Not sure what I'll do. I think I will do either Celeste or Legends of Zelda or Cuphead, whichever one of those I didn't do yesterday, because I'm filming this before that. So, yeah. I'll see you guys later, and